Hi and welcome to the channel, welcome to a vlog. Quite a few bits of things to say today actually. Some not so good, some quite good. First of all, I've been doing some more radio interviews. Did one yesterday for several BBC radio stations. I've got to get my phone out and check this actually because I'm not sure. I've got some others to come up. I think one's a pre-recorded jobby. Right, I'm doing a one for BBC Radio Wiltshire, BBC Radio Gloucestershire, and then that's on July 27th, which is coming soon. And that's a Sunday, I'm not sure. That's a pre-recorded job. And then on Talk Radio with Hannah Murray at 4:10 in the afternoon on a live Zoom. So that's on July 28th. So 4:30 I'm on a live Zoom with them. I don't know how long for, but I think that's it. So I've done quite a few interviews this last few weeks. Always trying to promote caravanning where I can. I had my piece of the Daily Telegraph that I helped out with, and that ended up on the Gemeral show. I just missed getting on there by literally 5 minutes. The show ended, and the what do you call it, lady, the researcher got in touch and said, look, you know, we'd like you if you want, but we've really run out of time. And she says, if we don't hear anything, obviously you're not on. So I wasn't on. So that was that. Now, also, we've got 2 more dealerships that have gone into liquidation. One is Premier Motorhomes at Chichester. They're calling it a day. A nice modern looking dealership in all fairness, but they're deciding they're closing down. You know, if you're going to look for some discounted stock, you'll find some there. Now it's the first sort of motorhome deal I've heard going really, and I think there's going to be some more. I hate to say it, but I think there is. I think the motorhome bubble is starting to burst. If not, it's letting a bit of air out. I think things are going to really start to settle down over the next months, and we could see 1 or 2 motorhome dealerships go into liquidation. I don't know who, but I reckon it could be. I reckon winter's going to be a very bumpy ride. Now, another dealership's gone into liquidation. That's Mansfield Caravans, just in Nottingham. Now, I went to there about 8 years ago, so they'd only been going, I think they'd only been going about a few years when I went. And I did a thing for Practical Caravan there, did some used buys there. And they seem a good lot. They seem a nice team there. 2 ladies. I can't remember the names now. I think one was called Claire, I'm not sure. Anyway, great ladies, and they helped me do the feature. They've gone into liquidation. They just did used Taurus, which I'm quite surprised because used Taurus actually have been doing quite well. In fact, talking to one of my dealers the other day, and he said we're actively buying some used stock in at this very moment because he says it's going out. Now, someone was telling me at Catterick, a friend of mine was telling me at Catterick Caravans, they've got very few caravans in at all used, and they seem to be sort of concentrate on motorhomes. Somebody said they had a Coachman, the tag axle, which I remember looking at. I did a review on it, but I never published it because it didn't turn out right. But I know my views at the time was it was just one big expensive big hulk of a vehicle, and I think they had it. They couldn't shift it. I think they had to knock something like 40 grand off it to shift it. So, you know, they took a massive loss on that. Yeah, I think the motorhome market is going to start to steady off personally. I think we could see quite a few issues with motorhome manufacturers maybe slowing down. Now, another thing that's just come to me notice, it was on Practical Caravan. That's a magazine to go and get if you want to get a magazine. Practical Caravans I want to do. As I say before, not just because I've been writing for it for 30 years. It's, you know, generally a very good magazine. And on there I got a thing pop up on my screen telling me that the Camping and Caravan Club will not be at the NEC. Now that's a major news event in itself, because that club, as long as I've been into the NEC, and that's now 40 years bar COVID, and when it moved to down into London that year, it's the first time I've ever known the club never go to a show. So there's going to be a big gap in the October show. Not just October, it's going to be November, February as well. They're not even going to go to the February show. Now that there's been a lot of cutting jobs there at Camping and Caravan Club. Some people I know have now gone, which is very sad. Like anything, you know, having been in that situation myself, I know it's like to be told you're no really longer required, and you've done 20 odd years service, and you've not done anything wrong. It's just that, well, that's how it is, and sometimes it's a change of management at the top. Now I don't know what's happening at, as I say, at Camping and Caravan Club, but I think they've lost quite a few people, and I think the fact is that sites have become quite expensive. A membership may be down, I don't know. Membership just may be down. I don't think they're doing themselves any favours not being there. Now, if I'd have been them, I'd have said, right, we're going to go, but we're going to have one stand and it's going to be a lot smaller. But we need to be there. But they're not going to be there at all. And, I mean, if I was a Caravan and Motorhome Club, I think I would make the most of that, and I think I'd be sort of, I think they'll mop up new members where the caravan, you know, where the Camping and Caravan Club people would have taken a share of that, but I think it's the lion's share now is all going to go to the Caravan and Motorhome Club. So I think that's going to be a bit of a talking point. They're not there now. I don't want to like spreading doom and gloom at all, but I just don't know how the October show is going to pan out. I really don't. There's lots of cutbacks going on. Caravan manufacturing is really slowed right the way down, and the same motorhome sales are taking over from that. And yes, I do agree with that. But then again, I hear about people wanting to go back to a caravan again after having a motorhome. So, you know, there's so many different things going on. So I'll give you a quick little sort of roundup of Coachman and Eldis. Now, like I say, I can't give too much away. Eldis have come up with some different ways of doing their models. Personally, I think it's a little bit complicated. I can see possibly problems, but then again, it may just be me. Also, they've nothing major new in one respect, but having another, that's all I can say. Coachman, it's pretty much steady away, like I said the other day. But I think there's a market going to appear for lightweight tourers, basic by what we have today at the moment. So in other words, you know, not loads of Aldi heating and things, a lightweight heating system, cooker, fridge, two burner hob grill, maybe just cold water in it, and a basic washroom, because this sort of van, I think, will be selling to the guy who wants a new caravan. He doesn't want 8 foot wide, he doesn't want 7 foot 6 wide, he wants about 7 foot 4. He can get on his drive. Also, he can tow it with his hybrid car, and in some rare cases, maybe electric car, if that's the way you need to do it. But I generally do think lightweight vans could be the way to go. It will be interesting to see. It will really be interesting to see. I mean, I get a little bit, I must admit, I felt a bit depressed about all the sort of, you know, when I found out the two dealers had gone and now the Camping and Caravanning Club aren't going to the show. It's like, you're thinking, God, what else is going to happen? You know, this is an industry I love and I've known for 50 plus years, and it's feels like it's just going, and you know, it's really upsetting. And I think a lot of it, as I say, and I know people do blame COVID, but I definitely reckon COVID had a lot to do with it. The holiday home market, I don't know how that's going at the moment. I think it was sort of steady. So I'll find out about that. Oh, excuse me. I've been tired, doing lots of bits of things. But there's still people coming around. I've been looking at a camper van manufacturer not far from me called Odyssey, and they're doing a really good job. They're ex-New Venture guys, ex-Luna guys, lots of experience. So you'll be seeing a review on that. Not one of the best reviews I've possibly done, I don't know actually, but anyway, we'll see how it turns out. So there are some people still out there who think they can get the market, you know, in a very crowded market. But getting back to used stuff again, yeah, it's used stuff's doing quite well, I've been told. Now, as I say, at Eldis, I mean, we sat through about a 2-hour presentation, which was quite hard, really. But at the end of it, they're quite optimistic. Now, I don't know how many caravans are going to be, or whatever, but they were optimistic. Although some Eldis dealers were telling me they got 2024 stock still left over. They just seemed a bit more upbeat than anybody else. I think, as I say, it's going to be a case of now we're going to have to see what happens over the winter months. Who's going to come out and survive? I just hope nobody goes. I really do. I don't want to see anybody going at all. It wouldn't be good. But anyway, I'm at Swift tomorrow, and I'm sort of hearing of all sorts of bits of tails, cutbacks, etc. And of course, Swift is a big animal to feed, and you know, they will have to concentrate on what is selling. They're not going to produce something that's not selling in bucket loads. So I think Torah-wise, the impression I'm getting, they're going to be cutting back quite drastically. So we'll have to see. Again, it'll be embargoed, but hopefully I'll do some reviews. And when it comes to Bailey, I was asking somebody about them, and they were saying, well, I said, because the Phoenix Plus now, I said, it's coming up for 2 years. It's, you know, they usually change every 2 years. He said, well, yeah, they're going to do a black edition. So we'll see what that comes out like. Again, I think all the manufacturers are not having a good time at the moment. I think they'd be lying if they said they were. So I can't predict anymore. Talking to an Northern Ireland dealer actually the other day, an eldest dealer, and he was saying that they'd so far been it was far better than it was this time last year on sales. So I don't know, make of it as you will. I haven't a clue. But I think prices have got to come down on new caravans, and weight's got to come down. And I also think as well that probably site fees are going to have to come down a bit. I think the clubs could start losing people in lots of ways. I mean, I'm still a club member. I've used club site for about 5 years. And I just do debate every time. I'm thinking, you know what, I might just shovel it, let it go. You know, I've been a member now for 40 years of the Caravan Club this year. In, well, another month actually, it'll be 40 years. August 1985 I joined, and I've been a member ever since. I'm sure they're very happy about that. I got a sticker for 30 years, I think. I don't know if I'll get one for 40, but hey, we'll see. So, yeah, we shall have to see what happens next. I'm still hoping to get down to see Mark at the Caravan place. I'm still hoping to get to see him. I'm still hoping to get to see the panel company, because I promised them back in January I'd go and see them, and I've still not managed to get there. The Dandy Folding Campers, again, little interesting company. Again, I've been wanting to get to see them. Probably now it's going to be probably next, over the next few weeks. Once the few trade shows that we've got left now have gone, I might be able to go and do some videos on these people. But yes, there is plenty of things to do. I've got one or two ideas. I won't say now what they are. Sorry, that's the washing machine in the background, just to sort of tell you, yes, we have to wash clothes as well. I have to put stuff in the wash machine. So yeah, we shall see what's what. I'm going to leave you on this one, and I'm hoping going to see you again soon. Please keep subscribing, and please keep giving your comments. I love your comments coming, as I said, good or bad. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and keep smiling. You've got to do, haven't you? See you again.